Hi, Chuck at Kodabow Crossbows. What I want to do is talk a few minutes about kind of differences between our crossbow and maybe some other crossbows without really trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, really hot crossbow in the market. How did I end up with it? Customer came in here, threw it on the ground and said, hey, I've had it with this thing, walked out with a Kodabow. Couple things I noticed real quick. I looked at the parts for about a week. They were next, and I said, let me study them a little bit more. First thing is with the scope, I could move it maybe 1/8 of an inch. So this scope rail wasn't firmly attached. I don't see how the bow could ever shoot accurately. Very popular bow. 2 years ago, they were selling like hotcakes. The next thing is I looked at some of the tolerance levels in things. Maybe the limbs, for example. I noticed how that limb had movement in the limb pocket. Think about an X and Y axis. The X axis, I'm going to secure this limb, but the Y axis can move. So here's this limb moving a little bit in the pocket. In the world of Kodabow, you'll see higher tolerances. Why this crossbow eventually failed was actually had to do with the limb pockets. If you zoom in here and take a look, you can see the metal there just completely let go. It actually failed in the customer's closet. Fortunately, he wasn't shooting it at the time. So again, maybe some shortcuts, some loose tolerances there. When you put the two pieces together, holy moly, I'm going to put these together. Again, I've got an X coordinate kind of holding it in this way, but if I look at the Y thing, I got movement up and down that way, and crossbows will have some loosening effect through vibration, so you have to keep them tight. But again, that's not a really secure fit. So, okay, lesson learned. It was a compound crossbow. You know at Kodabow how we feel about those. It's a different, it's a different approach. We like the recurve, the simplicity of it. But now let's take what we just looked at there and kind of jump over to Kodabow. Number one, the limb pockets. This is what we're going to mount the limbs into. What you probably don't know is that piece starts out with about a 6-pound piece of aluminum, and we machine it down to this small area here. So I don't lose any sleep at night thinking this is ever going to come apart. It's really strong. We talked about that limb tip, or the limb into the limb pocket. Let me show you the fit on a Kodabow. I'll take the limb. Actually, I'm going to do it on the right side because we do things the right way here at Kodabow. I'll put the little washer in there, and I'll put the limb in place. And actually, this is how we build them. Boom, the limb's in place now. My X-axis is going to be held down by my limb bolt, but the Y, there's no movement in there. Furthermore, when I take this limb pocket and put it on a rail, again, it's going to be a little bit of a precision fit here. And it locks in, and you can see I'm keyed here. So again, my fasteners are coming in from this direction, and I've got good control left and right so there's no movement. Point being, it's a really strong, rigid crossbow. So when customers talk about precision and shooting, I think that's kind of what they're talking about. All this manifests itself in a very dependable crossbow that can repeat its accuracy, really not just for 1 or 2 shooting sessions, but over the course of a season. So consequently, when we see customers talk to us all the time, they send us notes, these are warranty cards, really enjoy the precision in shooting. It's awesome. So impressed with the quality and performance. Kentucky, New Jersey, great product, love the bow. Great people to deal with in Pennsylvania. Awesome unit, spreading the word. Thanks for quality and service. Shot better than my deer rifle. Where's this fella from? Ohio. Amazing bow. Love your bow. Nice piece. Best quality crossbow I've seen on the market. Very impressed. Military grade A, lifetime quality weapon. Awesome crossbow. Love it. Great product from a major. It's like shooting an M4 but with arrows. So the point is, folks will understand and recognize kind of this craftsmanship in the bow and really appreciate the accuracy that it delivers. Here's the Zulu Scout. It's a cocked crossbow. There's some things we do on our crossbow that other folks will never do, or most of them won't. I'll take the crossbow, I'll put it to the fire position, and I'm going to pull the trigger. There's no arrow in the bow. The bow won't shoot. But what you really didn't see was the bowstring move. So a lot of bows, when you have an anti-dry fire system, the bowstring will move some distance and slam into anything else. That's one example. There's countless examples on a Kodabow. Everything from the fact that a de-stringer comes with our bow, So with every Kodabow boom, you've got an ability to change your bowstring in the field with this little device. Again, we don't charge extra for it. It comes with the bow. If you jump over to this side of the bow and you have that anti-dry fire lever, when you load an arrow, it gives you a positive indicator that your arrow's in the bow. So you're not always doing like this, saying, is my arrow properly seated? Is my arrow properly seated? So bottom line of the story is at Kodabow, a lot of metal, no plastic to metal interface. We don't like that plastic. We're not all about plastic. This is a well-machined piece of gear. Those little features, like when you load that arrow and you get that indicator with arrow in, arrow out, bow will shoot, bow won't shoot. But you don't have to be up here doing this. You can visually just look at it. So in a nutshell, precision. Thanks for coming by Kodabow. See you out in the field. Hope you enjoyed our little discussion.